Hey, everybody out there that's tuning in. I'm Janaea Avila from Santa Cruz, California. And I got my girl, Gina, over there from, you could say something if you want, Gina.
Hi, I'm in Clovis today, California.
And welcome to Cosmic Girl Talk. We also have a silent partner, Jess. She likes to go by Jess. We'll just go with that because she likes to be incognito, but she's one of our big time helpers in our group. So welcome to today. And Gina, what's our topic?
Today we're going to talk about releasing people and things. So just negative energy, things that don't serve us anymore. Things that we've grown past and need to basically cleanse the ties so that we can move forward, and how to do that.
So when you say things, just for the audience to know like what that means, what does that mean when you say that? Things like, we have negative people that come around us, here and there, but it goes beyond that, and some people don't realize that.
It does. It goes as far as having like talisman necklaces or something that somebody gave to us that means something, but that person is not a positive influence in our life anymore, but we still hold on to something hoping that it would bring us the energy that used to be there, but is no longer there. And so it in turn has also turned sideways or south. So sometimes we need to be able to let go of everything and not just the person themselves. And I'm sorry, I keep putting my hair out of my way because it keeps getting in my eye. So anyway.
No, I hear you. I was just, noticing that my hair was doing some weird things over here too. So it's interesting that you said all that, because I've had some situations where people have come to me for energy work, for example, and they're like, I got to get rid of everything that my ex-husband gave to me because, it's just carries too much energy and it makes me think of him. So I said, yeah, well, there were some pieces that she really loved and really wanted, but then she felt bad. Like she was having her own inner battle about it. And we went through it. And there's some things that she definitely, after we had the session, she's like, she realized that there were some things that she definitely needed to let go of, that there's just no, making it feel better. But there's sometimes you could do like cleansing and clearings on items actually, and then wear them again and feel great about them, and go out and people are, oh, that's so beautiful, I love that, and you're like, oh, thank you, it was a gift and I love it too, and you leave it at that. You don't need to go in, it was my ex-husband, like it's like, and so it can be kind of confusing when people like want to keep some items and not others. I remember that there were numerous items that I left behind in my past relationship, the 16-year marriage that I was in. And I just needed to. There were certain things, and I would touch each one and talk to them and go, I just let it go. And then there were some where I kind of couldn't. So then I would try to do a cleansing and clearing, not trying to, but I would. And then afterwards I'd retouch it and see what I felt like. And if I still had a weird reaction, I gifted it out. It was something, or let go of in a way. Usually, I have to say this, I don't usually like to gift it to somebody I see because I don't want to see that on them, because it's going to trigger me when I see it, So that's an interesting phenomenon too. But it is interesting how energies come through items, come through, like, it could be houses, it could be properties, it could be not even a house, but it's the land. So there's so many different things where energy comes from. And I have to say, with my Cosmic Girls last week, I was having a bout of energy attacking me, and we were, trying to do our first recording, and it was horrible. Like I literally, went through some crazy like gnarliness, and thank God I had my girls there, because I didn't even know that I was being attacked by a couple energies, very close energies to me, and I didn't realize it. And it was like, oh my gosh. And as soon as these two awesome friends of mine caught that, we were able to release that and let it all go, just by mainly just even acknowledging it. Not acknowledging it for me released a bunch, and then even more and more came out.
Yeah, it did. It was fantastic. The other thing though is when you do have an item that you wanting to release the energy, but you're still on the fence about, it's okay to put it in a box and shove it away and deal with it later.
Of course.
You don't have to go right in and be like, oh, this is something that I have to get rid of right now, or I want to keep right now. It can be something that you're just not sure about, like you love it, but you don't like the memory that it brings. And so you're just not there yet. You try to clear it. It's not really happening. Put it in a box, put it away in the closet, get back to it later. When it's time, it'll call out to you and you can go and handle it then.
I was just going to say, when it starts to haunt you and call and creep out at you at night in your dreams in the closet, it's definitely time to figure out what to do, what the next step is. So that's perfectly said. It will call out to you.
And the people will as well. I've been, my whole life been dealing with this one person in particular. And finally this last year, I was able to say, you know what, that's enough. I've had enough, done. And she keeps coming back up in day-to-day life. Like I'll see something and be like, oh, I really would love to talk to this person. And then I'm like, no, because it doesn't bring any joy. It just makes me feel bad. Every time I hang up, every time I walk away, it feels awful. So I don't want to go down that road. And then last night I had a dream about her. And in my dream, she kept getting in my face saying, I want to talk to you. We want to do this. You have to fix this. Like, it's my responsibility and it's not a two-party thing. Well, there's always two people involved, but it's on me to say, I've had enough and I don't need that life lesson anymore. And so I literally said that. I was like, no, I'm done with you. I don't need the negativity. I'm okay now. And I woke up and I felt great. I had to jump up and go to the bathroom because that's what you do in the morning. But later on when I was thinking about it, I'm like, no, I'm good. I really don't need to revisit that anymore. So.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say with that, first, it sounds like you had a clearing in your dreams. So that's amazing. I mean, dreams are so powerful. So that's a whole nother topic, but I love talking about dreams because they're so magical and amazing. And I'll wake up sometimes and go through my day and then all of a sudden remember little bits and pieces of my dream because something was happening. Somebody said something that triggered it. So that's cool. The other thing that was cool about what you were saying is that you check in with yourself and see, that's what people need to understand. Everybody's intuitive. Everybody's got magic. So it's just honing into your magic and finding out what your specific magic is. Some of us have more magic in this area, over there. We all have different things and you can acquire magic. And I said this on one of my talks before, where it's almost like you're in a video game. And I'm not a big gamer or anything, but this reminds me of when I was a kid and I played Atari and different things like that. And you get a sword, you get a crystal, you get a different, every time you evolve into another level. And there's something to be said about just honing in on your gifts and stuff. And we can always ask this question. People come to see me all the time and go, oh, I have all these questions. And I say, everything I'm about to tell you, you already know. Yeah. But I will be here to help validate that for you so that you can walk away. Now, some people don't want to hear certain things, but that's also validating that they didn't want to hear that because it triggers them and they get upset, but it's because they already knew that was a truth. So they were hoping that they'd go to somebody and they'd say something different. And then when they said the same, it was, kind of freaked them out. But I always tell people, ask yourself this question, even before you come to see me. Ask yourself that question that you just asked me, and you will hear the answer. Sometimes we don't have a very good intuitive hearing, meaning that we shut it down. We don't want to really acknowledge it. We think it's weird. We think we're making it up. We think we're hearing things in our head. And sometimes I do hear things in my head and aren't energy, right? But I get that. But then it's the fine line. There is a fine line in there, but most times then I just say, go with it. Then what did it say? And what if that was what is going on? Let's just go down that path and because. Not saying that it's true, but what does it feel like now to walk down that path if that's what you are going to go with? It's interesting. You'll hear all the answers and you'll feel them. You'll know them. There's a lot of emotions that come through it. So there's hearing, there's knowing, there's feeling, there's different signs you'll get. Oh, I got that weird feeling. Okay, that's an intuitive thing. So
I'm sure people are wondering, how do we release the energy of the person, the connection between us and an object? Or so what is it that you do to release something or someone?
So interesting. That's a good question, because I never know. I don't have a set protocol. Yeah. It's always, I will ask, how do I do this? Okay. So for instance, and also I had an energy healer tell me, hey, take this. I had gotten this thing. I was, my boyfriend, when I was 21, had given me this pearl necklace or opal necklace. And I really liked it.
Damn.
So sorry. I'm like, what?
Sorry. My mind just went, oh, I'm 12 years old. I'm 12 years old. Okay, just move forward. Opal. So I like opals better.
You're all wrong, Stone. And he gave it to me. And I was one of those things that I really wanted. I was like, I really like this necklace. And every time I got it, it made me think of him. So I'm like, oh my God. So I asked the healer I was seeing at the time, hey, I don't know what to do. And she told me this ritual to do. It was like extravagant. It was like the moon and the salt water, and
I was gonna say salt water.
Yeah, the moon had to hit it and all this stuff, and I was like, oh, whoa. I did the whole ritual, and I felt the same about the necklace. Not saying that the ritual didn't work. I just knew at that point I felt good to release it. I felt at that point, well, you know what? I did everything I could. This isn't meant to be anymore. F it, whatever. I wore this necklace like one time in the last year. Okay, like let it go, So that was a salt water ritual. I've done a lot of beach rituals before with releasing energy. I remember another healer told me, hey, take something to the ocean, ask them to help release it. And I'm a Santa Cruz born and raised. I freaking love the water, the ocean in particular, but anything with water. I mean, I'll even take a pond. Okay. I love anything with water, like the water features. Maybe because I'm Aquarian, I don't know, whatever. The fact is like, she told me to do this thing. And I remember this is another thing that was interesting. I had gone to Hawaii when I was in 7th grade, the first time in Hawaii. If you've ever been there, like Oahu, the whole tourist thing to do is go buy the clam with the pearl inside, right? Sometimes you get one, sometimes you get two, sometimes you get none. You don't know what color it's going to be or whatever. And I had like several pearls. I'm not like a pearl girl. I didn't wear pearls. I didn't know what to do with them. I had like 5 or 6 of them. So one of the healers said, hey, go down to the ocean, but you know what? You got to remember something when you do this, because I had been talking to her for a while about this kind of stuff, and I had gone down numerous times. She's like, you need to bring gifts to the ocean. And I'm all, oh, okay, yeah, for sure. I'm not trying to just keep on taking. You're right, because she was talking about how the sea gives you so much and etc. And I was like, wow. So then I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? And she was telling me some ideas. I do not remember because it was so long ago. All I remember is one of the things she said is you could bring some pearls. And I had those pearls. They'd been sitting there for years and it was hard, but I'm like, you know what? The ocean has done so much for me. I am going to give those back to the ocean. So I went 6 different times, I did one pearl every time, but I would bring a gift. And so, I mean, there's another ritual. And then we can go into like stuff like saging and stuff. Saging is not good for everybody, but not all these rituals work for everybody. And in some instances they work and some don't, There have been people that I have saged around and they get mean, they get mad. And I'm all, ooh, whatever was on them did not want that, And I've had some really close people to me do that. And I'm like, okie dokie. So you could do secret sage, and I'll just throw this in. So, anybody who knows about sage, right? You're like, it's like a freaking smoke storm, right? So if you want to do secret sage, you just get like essential oil, right?
Mhm.
And it's really good to like cleanse, like if you've been in bed with somebody that night, like, you know, it doesn't matter if your kids, your husband, boyfriend, whoever it is, your animal, it's just good to like put like kind of clear your space in the morning, even at night before you go to bed, you know, both, whatever works. But sometimes I told this one client that there was something going on with, you know, her partner, and I'm like, hey, you know, maybe secret sage it if you're feeling it, you know. I'm like, is she, and she was definitely, because she wanted to do the whole sage thing. I'm like, he's going to smell it when he comes into the house. It's not going to be good vibes. It probably will startle him. And, you know, and the thing is like when I say secret sage, this is like white stuff. This is like positive stuff. This is things that are going to help clear things and release things. Sometimes it doesn't feel comfortable for people to do that, but I don't deal with dark, like negative, like, oh, let's do secret things. I don't tune into people's energy unless they ask me to. But there are times when I have, and I've had other people come in, and I will always ask whoever comes through my energies, and I have a lot of different ones that do, and even the people that I'm dealing with, their higher selves and guides come through, and they will actually tell me, hey, this will clear my person that's having a bad time, because it's their higher self coming through to me, and that higher self actually wants the clearing because whatever's on it isn't good anyways. So it's like, please help me, you
and
know.
they're battling it, so they can't physically say, hey, yeah, can you help me? Instead, the higher self is going to you. So
yes. And so when I say secret sage, it's more like that smoke that won't offend them, but and then I'll check in with them. I'm like, hey, how did it go? And I mean, like I said, this isn't me sitting around thinking, oh, what am I going to tell these people? I'm not the one coming through this energy. I check in all the time. I'm always asking. When the person asks me, I ask, then I just translate the information. I'm not the one. It's not me. It's not my thoughts. If I have a personal thought, I'll say my personal thought and let the client know, my you know, whoever it is, hey, this is my personal opinion. So it's not mixed up with, this is a psychic read, or this is my freaking,
done that to me before.
What's that?
You've done that to me before. You're like, the higher self is saying this, but personally,
yeah, totally. That's that person.
And they totally go against each other, but it's great. Yeah,
because, and that's really what it is about, you know, listening and stuff, is that it's that kind of, you have to be able to, like, you know, hey, was that my thought, or, you know, the energies. But so when I say secret sage, sometimes that's just needed for that person. They really wanted it. Their higher self did. Their guides actually wanted it for them, and it did clear the space, and it felt good. So there's that. But, you know, you got to be careful. Sage can be one of the more, almost like, I want to say, dangerous ones in a way. I had a friend once that almost like burned down a house because he was trying to sage, and I'm all, whoa.
He did it without guidance. Like,
what's that?
That was different. He did that without guidance. Like, you totally said, don't do anything until you call me, and didn't happen. So
yeah, and I didn't know. I was told, hey, when the time comes, let him know, call you, and I will tell you what to say. Right. And how to guide him through, because I didn't know. I just was told, hey, I heard sage, this is what, but call me. And then I get a video later of this, and I was like, oh my God, what?
No.
I was a little bummed out, because I'm like, that did not go the way that I had seen it in my, you know, what I was shown. And so, you know, it's not, I mean, it's like taking a Ouija board and thinking you're like, you know, gonna conjure up all these. It's just not good to mess around when you don't know what you're doing. So it's really smart. I mean, that's why I ask. And there's times people have had me, like, I had a place. Okay, so I live in Santa Cruz, like I've said a million times, but there's a place called Mystery Spot here. Mm-hmm. And I had a client that I'd worked with numerous times, and she asked me to come clear her place. Well, the Mystery Spot has got some crazy energy there. So I instantly tuned in, and I was like, nope, I'm not supposed to clear the house. I have cleared houses numerous times in person, energetically, and I got to know. So I'm not going to do something. I always will ask, I don't care if I needed money. Like, it's not about that. It's like, nope, I will tune in. What does this person need? And if I need to refer out, I do. And this woman that I referred out to is freaking the badass. She's an intuitive. a psychic, amazing healer herself, and she was a realtor. Okay, so she walked into houses all the time. She was like the perfect person for this, and she had done numerous house clearings. People would like, I mean, it was perfect. Whenever I move into a new place, it doesn't matter business-wise, because I've had several businesses, different locations, and then houses, clear that place out to get rid of any or let go of any like stagnant energy there, first of all, and then anything that's not for the best and highest good. And yeah, it's just there's so many clearings. I mean,
for me, I usually do the energetic clearings just because it seems to work the best for me. And whenever I ask, sometimes I'll get, light some incense, light a candle.
Yes.
But always it's pull the cord. You imagine that cord that's connecting you to the other person. Because sometimes it's more than just in this lifetime, it's on a soul level and it's a repetitive thing. So whatever your life lesson is with this person, if you feel you're done and you are actually finished with that lesson, you can pull the cord that's connecting the two of you on a soul level. You can cut it, you can imagine it away any way that you choose. But for me, yanking it out, looking at the roots and letting it go, watching it dissipate, it's the best thing for me. It seems to work the best on most situations that I've come across.
Yeah, talk about that though. So when you say that, so what do? You close your eyes and you imagine yourself that's outside of yourself going up to yourself and yanking it out, or you're doing it to yourself and then are you third party or first party? Like, what do you?
I am myself. Usually it's in a meditative state.
So you're in you. You're in your body.
And I just pull it out, but I look at it in my head. So I can see it energetically, but I'm just in a meditative state, yanking it out.
So you're in your third eye is what you're saying.
Yes.
When people say that, they're like, they see it in their head. Just to explain to our people watching is like, we can see with our eyes and we can see inside here, a third eye, right? And that's why when I do energy work, usually the whole time my eyes are closed. I start looking at freaking sparkles and stuff around and this and that. So for me, I tune in really good like that. Otherwise, if my eyes are open, I'll usually look to the side because I'm also trying to see, but so it sounds like you use your third eye.
I do
with that. So that's cool. Yeah. And we had just done something too. There's other energy work, I mean, just walking with barefoot. You even gave me that example not too long ago. Again, just having a moment. Gina's all, maybe you need to be barefoot outside. I'm all, ran outside like a little hippie girl. And I was like, yes. Sand is all like, sand can be the best. I love to always throw these things in because I'm into the wellness detox stuff too. But if you really want to ground yourself and you're by a beach or sand or something, if you go into wet sand and walk barefoot, first of all, it's grounding, but wet sand, there's something that helps detox you. There's a culture, and I don't remember who they are, but what they do is they dig a huge hole, put themselves into it up to their neck, and like, I guess, lay there or plop in there for like 8 hours. They get out of it, they then get dug out of it, and then the sand around them, and I don't remember how far it went out, I heard this years ago, and it's all black because it pulled out all the toxins. So it's super cool. I always tell my clients, whenever you can go on a walk, and if you can do it on the beach, do it. You could go barefoot on the beach. I would speed walk along the shoreline right there with my girl Trixie and my dog, and we would just speed walk. And I mean, I felt so freaking good. Like, it was like fresh air, vitamin D. I got grounded. I got detox. I got to exercise. I mean, it just went on and on and on. I was like, that's like the best freaking workout you could do.
And the negative ions too, the beach, the water, all the negative ions just balance, and it's such a grounding, wonderful experience to be able to hang out at the ocean. So
all of you either go to the beach or take a plane and go somewhere tropical. Everybody's like, oh my God, you guys suck. Or, I mean, if I had to get desperate, I mean, maybe I'd make like a little sand thing in my backyard, right? The sand pit.
Too.
Why not?
Yeah, if you go to a lake, go to where the water is moving. So like the waterfalls or the rivers that are coming into or out of, those are always really grounding as well.
You know, we were talking about that earlier. I was like, oh, why when I go to the bathroom, I get all these intuitive hits.
Yes.
Gina and I both took our showers and we're like, whoa, it was like.
You think clearer when you're in a shower. Oh, wait.
There's something that helps, like, just, I mean, well, we know we're all made up of water, right? What is it? I don't want to wrong quote it, but we have a lot of water in our systems and we're mainly water. And so when we're around it, there's something that happens to our system that really helps us open up in a way that I don't understand it, but I mean, hey, I get it. I get that it's true because I've had this since I was a little kid. So whatever the research is out there, it doesn't even matter because I know it's true. And it's
best
it's
ideas
really
in the shower. Like,
right? And people usually say it when they're on the toilet. People are like, so, and they get all embarrassed. And I'm like, hey, that's okay. I mean, whatever. Shower, water, washing your hands.
yeah.
There's something to be said about it. And it's also letting your mind go too. Not thinking. Quote unquote meditation. I mean, it's like not thinking. I am in waking meditation a lot, and I'm not trying to. I don't think I've ever, and I don't like to say never, I don't think I've ever said, I would like to go into a waking meditation right now. I just am in it. And then all of a sudden, 30 minutes later, I'm all, whoa, where am I? Like, I just was like, it felt like 20 hours went by and all these thoughts and visions and everything came through. And I was like, what the heck just happened? Did I get abducted for like a couple hours and then didn't remember my time? Like, it's bizarre, but that's a waking meditation, which is a cool thing to do. And that can clear you too. I've had times where I go into those and I'm all, I feel cleared now. I mean, whatever it did, I was on my mind. I let it go. I went into that because it just happened. And then boom, I'm like, okay, I feel cleared.
Great. Well, I think we're going to need to wrap it up. We're kind of running short on time now.
Yeah.
So much good information. It's fantastic. I love talking to you.
I love talking to you. I was just going to say we could blab forever. We have 1,000 topics that we can talk about, and I'm sure that tomorrow we could come up with 1,000 more.
And pretty soon we'll have 1,000 videos so that everybody can see the stuff that we talk about.
Yeah, we have so many topics. I mean, we want to talk about everything from how to use your intuition, why to use your intuition, relationships, how to navigate through life in the best and highest way. When things, you go into situations and you're just not quite feeling right and you're trying to figure out how to navigate through these different things. I mean, I don't know, Gina, we've got 1 million topics, it feels like. I mean, I don't even know why I said 1,000. Like, it feels like we've got so many different things to talk about, and we're always open to other ideas as well. If there's any of you viewers out there that would like to hear any certain topics, or, we've got guests we want to bring on and different things. I mean, I would love astrology. Do I know about astrology very well? No, not that much. I love it, and it's exciting to me, and I love getting my chart read, and I love hearing all that, but there's so many different things out there, and we want to explore them all. And we love to have guests on and talk about different things and explore different spiritual aspects out there. And however our lives can be better by these things is what we're really looking for.
Exactly.
So,
well, I hope
you all.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and thanks for chilling with me. I love talking to you all the time. We can talk forever, and we have. So
yes.
So
tune back in next time to Cosmic Girl Talk. Thanks.
Yeah.